Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. Now with the arrival of 7 stars just around the corner, just a reminder, first 7-star crystals we will be able to open on May the 8th, so it is not long from now. I decided to make a video explaining everything you need to know about 7 stars so you know exactly what you are in for, and obviously this is the information that is currently available, and quite a lot of it is actually important because it's different and it's new and it's not how the game functions up until now. That being said, obviously we are all, or we should be at this point, all familiar with the baseball. So we can see the starting baseball. These will be the initial 7-star champions that we are going to be working with. There will be 30 of them. As we can see, there are quite few useful champions, so people will inevitably want to use them. But exactly how strong will they be? What are going to be their attack and health stats? How are they going to function? And most importantly, perhaps, how many catalysts will you need to rank them up? So let's get to all of that. So the generic power level of the champions, 7-star rank 1s at the max level. So you pull a 7-star, you pour in ISO, you do not use any catalysts at all. It's basically fresh out of the box champion, and it is going to be more powerful than a 6-star rank 4. As we can gather, they will not be more powerful than 6-star rank 5s, and that is in line with how champions function currently in game as well. So in order just to demonstrate that, we're gonna jump right here, and we're gonna take a look at 6-star rank 1 Dragonman, and we're gonna see that 6-star rank 1 has 24,000 HP, and it has 1800 attack, 1845, right? And if we're gonna select 5-star rank 4, we're gonna have 22,000, so slightly less, and 1700. So you can see that 6-star rank 1s are slightly more powerful than 5-star rank 4s. They are less powerful than 5-star rank 5s. Obviously, we know this, and that is similarly going to be the case with 7 stars. 7 stars fresh out of the box will be more powerful than 6-star rank 4s. So whenever you will pull a new 7-star, it will effectively be a power level equivalent of a 6-star rank 4. They will not, or as far as I know, they will not be more powerful than 6-star rank 5s. However, obviously, 7-star rank 2 champions will be more powerful and will be currently the most powerful champions available in the game. So if you see a 7-star rank 2 Sasquatch, then that health pool is going to be as big as it's possible. And yes, as soon as 7-stars come into the game, you will theoretically be able to take them up to rank 2. As in, just like 6-star rank 1s, 6-star rank 1s to rank 2 use the same catalyst that 5 stars use from going rank 4 to 5. The same case is going to happen with 7-star champions. You will not need any new catalysts that we have no access at all in the game. So currently, in order to take a 6-star champion to rank 5, you need to use 3 tier 6 class catalyst crystals, which is the biggest hurdle. 6 tier 6 basics, 6 tier 3 alphas, and 3 tier 5 class catalyst crystals. Effectively, with 7 stars, it all goes up by 1. Every single catalyst, you're going to need 1 more. But if you can take a 6-star champion to rank 5, in theory, you can take up 7-star champion to rank 2. Just a tiny bit, just slightly more catalysts are required for it. So on May 8th, if there will be some whale, megalodon whale seeking, attention from the community, I do believe that we could potentially see a 7-star rank 2 champion. It will be interesting. Yeah, it is definitely going to be interesting to see how much time it will take in reality for somebody to have a 7-star rank 2. But in theory, there will be nothing stopping some gifting event whales who might have some tier 6 class catalysts already, and then with the exploration of 8.2 and probably spring cleaning offers and 8.2 completion offer, save up the tier 6 class catalysts from all of those events, and then perhaps when 7 stars land, we may be able to actually see a 7-star rank 2. Now, another important factor with the champions is combat power rate. And 7-stars function differently than any other champion in the game in terms of combat power rate. So far, every single champion from 1 stars to 6 stars in the game has its combat power rate based to their rank. So this means that a 4-star rank 5 champion will have significantly higher combat power rate than a 6-star rank 1 champion, for example. And that is important because obviously that lets you get your special attacks quicker and your defenders become more dangerous if they gain more power and so on and so forth. So, at the moment in the game, 1 stars, 2 stars, 3 stars, 4 stars, 5 stars, 6 stars, all of them have their combat power rate tied to their rank. Rank 1 has the lowest combat power rate, and for the sake of argument, you put it at 100%. That's like the default setting. And then rank 5 has 120% combat power rate. Basically, each rank increases combat power rate by about 5%. However, 7 stars do not function that way. 7 stars seemingly will have even higher combat power rate than rank 5 champions currently do. I believe Kabam said it is going to be the max combat power rate that rank 5 champions have, but we do have some independent testing from a while back. I was thinking of making a video about it, but I never did, but I'm covering it here and now. We had somebody test the combat power rate effectively with Punisher 2099 based on how many hits it takes to get champion to a bar of power in that context. And here we can see that with 7-star, it was even less hits than with a 6-star rank 5. Which kind of by the numbers imply that their combat power rate will be even slightly higher than a rank 5 champion in the game. Or it might be exactly the same, because, it could be some variance issue there. There isn't that big of a difference. We can see that rank 4 to rank 5, there was 10 hit difference. There was like 7 hit difference before, so it was like 6 to 8 hit difference, but here it's only 4 hit difference. So it could be that it is the same. It could be that it's slightly higher than anything currently existing in the game. But the point of the matter stands. The most important thing to take away is that 7-star combat power rate is going to be unique. It will function differently than anything else in the game thus far, and they will effectively start out with maxed out combat power rate. So there isn't going to be that massive drawback. And it is a massive drawback if your combat power rate is lowered, then the champion is, effectively weaker, which is also one reason why, despite having a 6-star rank 1 champion, for instance, in virtually all of the cases, you're still better off using a 5-star rank 4, because not only you have the SIG ability more easily accessible, which is a big plus, but also the fact that you have higher combat power rate, and on that alone, it was pretty much easily offsetting the minor dip in the stats. That was well worth it in order to have higher combat power rate. So, with 7 stars, when you get them, they will already have basically super high combat power rate. Right. There is something else to note about 7 stars, and that is obviously their stat mechanic. Now, their stat focus. So this is where 5 stars got the special 3 mini game, where 6 stars got the adrenaline mechanic that can let you heal the damage you take slightly. 7 stars are getting their stat focus mechanic. The way it is going to function is whenever you pull a 7-star champion, or at any given point afterwards as well, but most likely whenever you get a 7-star champion, you can enter its stat focus window, and you can select which bonus you want to apply when you're using this champion offensively, or when the champion is being used as a defender. There's going to be a separate, ability that you can set up. You can change this for free at any time, except for when champion is in the quest. That means you can't alter this, fight per fight in the quest, but you can change it, every time you enter the quest, for instance, 100 times a day if you want. It's important to note that all of these stat increases are flat and they are exactly the same. So they will have significantly different impact based on what champion you are applying these stat focuses to, especially considering that some of these, I believe, are subject to diminishing returns. But the idea is that some of these will be much more valuable to champions than others based on their original stats. Again, it is flat value. Every single 7-star champion will have access to, let's say, extra 341 energy resistance. But that energy resistance is going to be much more valuable to champions with low or negative energy resistance than it is going to be to, let's say, Maxi Guardian or a Bishop or a Havoc, because they already have high energy resistance and so on and so forth. So, obviously, most useful ones here in general, I believe, are going to be the increase in block proficiency for the squishiest champions, for the XL champions, typically with very low block proficiency. Physical resistance or energy resistance for the champions that have negative resistance is going to be quite a huge factor, because at the moment, if we do jump in the champion stats, 1 second, you can see that currently in the game, we do have champions that start off the fight with negative stats, and that, makes them feel often a lot squishier. So in order to demonstrate that, for instance, if we're taking a look at physical resistance, and we have like Kingpin or Mole Man starting with negative physical resistance, a bunch of champions have 0 physical resistance, but sorry, that's energy resistance, my bad. Then more looking at the physical resistance here. For instance, you can offset Spider-Man's physical resistance almost completely, and he will become, much more in line with the regular champions, in my opinion. And a lot of squishy champions will be helped out either by the change of block proficiency or their resistances, like Mojo. Now you can basically completely eliminate Mojo's physical resistance. All that being said, obviously, then there are champions who benefit from having higher crit rate with their ability triggers. Champions like Crossbones, champions like Scarlet Witch, and so forth. It is going to be interesting to see how we apply these, or which ones of these fit the best. But the most important things to note are that, number 1, it is separate for attack and defense. Number 2, you can change these at any given time you want. Aside from when you are in the quest. And number 3, these are flat increases. They will not change from champion to champion. And again, the importance of them is going to be quite it's going to be varied based on the champion's abilities. For instance, if you take a look at skill champions, we have, as a great example here, I know Crossbones isn't coming as a 7-star, but eventually he will. But Crossbones has one of the worst crit rates in the game. Obviously, it is helped by Precision Mastery, but still, the entire idea of Crossbones is that whenever he crits, he gains the Furies, and that is the main core mechanic, and that really does help him with his damage output. So, for instance, Crossbones would be a picture-perfect champion benefiting greatly from increased critical rate, because it has a very low critical rate to begin with. His abilities are tied to critical rate, and even though critical rate is subject to diminishing returns, when it's such low numbers, you will see noticeable impact by having, additional crits come on Crossbones. As I said, it will be individual champion per champion basis, and I kind of like that mechanic about 7-stars. I believe that is the best thing for me, I think personally, that's coming in the game, is the idea that you can modify your champion slightly, and it not being some sort of relic that you need to hunt or attach. Is just something that's built in the champion. Anyways, that is pretty much all at the moment that we know about 7-stars. So again, to quickly recap, their unique ability is going to be stat focus, which will let you to buff your champions based on their abilities. Then catalysts needed to take 7-star to rank 2 are going to be the same catalyst you need to take 6-star to rank 5, except additional catalyst of each kind, basically. Combat power rate for all 7-stars is going to start out maxed, and that means that they will be, effectively better than 6-stars were at the rank 1 level. And then the power level of them is going to be slightly above 6-star rank 4s, under 6-star rank 5s at a base. Let me know if you have any more questions. If I can answer them, I'll do my best to do so, and I'll catch you guys later. See you. Hello there, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about